Kusodi Cab, Kumsabadi Mai. Welcome back to Thailand. Welcome back to me, True Blue Thai. Hope you're doing well. It's Walang Khan in Thai, which means Tuesday here in Thailand. Just still the morning, except a bit late morning. I think past 11. I've got a clock right in front of me. So welcome back to me. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the aftermath of the derby. The Manchester Salford thing, the Trafford thing, the Stretford thing. I love Ian Cheeseman. What's it called? Started his video. He was getting the tram to United, and what's it called? He said, "Here I am in Stretford." He never said Manchester. He said Stretford. I'm sorry. I've been born in the city, grew up in the city. Lived in East, opposite where the City Stadium is right now. What's it called today? Where the Etihad Stadium. Lived in Moss Side in Manchester, and then, for instance, and worked in Stretford, and worked at the Salford University. Worked at the Salford Council. Used to visit the Imperial War Museum in Salford. Went to what's it called? Went to the BBC in Salford, and you call it Salford. And you come to Old Trafford, which is a stone's throw away from where they are, Manchester. Huh? You're like, no. I'm sorry, I'm not having it. You are not in Manchester when you're in Salford or Stretford or Trafford or whatever you want to call it. You've got Trafford Council, you've got Trafford, Salford University, Salford Town Hall, Salford. But you don't say Manchester, you say Salford. Because it's not Manchester, and you can say, oh, it's Greater Manchester, but that's like going to Stockport and saying, because I've done this before, I've gone to Stockport and said, you're in Manchester, and they're like, no way, we're in Stockport, so so I'm not having it, at all, sorry. They were in Manchester, in Newton Heath, but they moved out, and the boundary changes, blah, 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 so I'm not having it, you're out of Manchester, that's it, no. So I don't care what people are upset with the fact that I call them Trafford or whatever. Mere fact I'm calling Trafford now rather than Salford United. Whatever. But anyway, let's move on. So listening to a few people last night. Again, I listened to a lot of podcasts. I listened to a lot of City fans. And, and their views, and then get my own views of it as well. I thought Lewis went for the juggler yesterday, for instance, against with Nobbins, and for instance, straight, get him out. Need 10 people, gone, blah, blah, blah. I am not going that far, but again, I think, for instance, the problem was, I don't think it was the players, I think it was the formation, and I think it was Pep's formation for the game, because I've just been listening to Nobbins, who did a great analysis of it, of the game, and here's for instance, and the way we set up was wrong, and the way, for instance, how the fact that we didn't adjust it could have been adjusted. It clearly wasn't working with the way United was set up as well, and the middle you could call them, but the fact is they've had to, the way they're just, it's just the whole thing that because again you could blame Bernardo and Kovacic and Gundogan, but also what Nobby was saying, you could also blame De Bruyne, for instance, Foden and Mamouche, for instance, because again, for instance, people weren't being fed. He should have. I don't understand why we got these wide players. We bought the play him in, and you want to play this the way this system. It didn't work. It really didn't work, and I can't understand why it was not changed so quickly. So it just by Pep, and it was not until the second half where he brought in Doku, and Doku immediately got fouled 2 or 3 times. A couple of United players got booked because again it was causing them issues. Why did not bring in Savino? Don't get it. I really don't get it. It's a real a downer for me, and so I feel pretty this morning. Like I was yesterday, but the fact, and also yesterday, last night or whatever, the Newcastle played yesterday and they beat Leicester. And again, I'm going to come back to the fact that when Manchester played Leicester at home, we only beat them by 2-0. It was 1, but we should have scored more goals. And For instance, because goal difference could play. I don't think it will. I think Man City will come good and we will get over the line quite, but again, for instance, if it doesn't, then goal difference could come into effect. But I think went to Leicester and scored 2 goals, home 4 goals. So we scored 4 goals in 2 games, where United scored 3 goals in 1 game at Leicester, and Newcastle yesterday, for instance, scored 3 goals and etc. and took the foot off the gas. Now, again, they shouldn't have done so because, again, their goal difference is plus 13. Manchester City's is plus 17, and with Chelsea, and goal difference could come into it. Hopefully it won't, and hopefully City won't let me down, and we'll get through. But they did score 3 goals. Their fifth now is 53 points. Man City are 52, Aston Villa 51, and again I was listening to ESPN and a few others, and it is between the who's Liverpool have won it, Arsenal choked it, Forest too far, not too far ahead, did lose, etc. But again, you expect them Forest to finish third, and then it's between Chelsea, Newcastle, City, and Villa between who's going to get third and fourth. I'm still going for City fourth, Newcastle fifth. But again, is after that game, we didn't lose the game against the Rags, but the fact that so we didn't drop with Chelsea losing, we would have won. We would have been on 54 points, which means we would have in fourth position, and Chelsea were in fifth, and Newcastle sixth. So ooh, it makes you angry. The fact that, for instance, we had the United were there for the taking, and we never took it. And and even though we didn't lose, we still got a point. It is away. It is against one of the games we got left. The two of the most, you could say, tricky games. Liverpool lost against United. Arsenal had issues with United. So, for instance, it's not like we're the only one, but they were there for the taking, and we didn't take them. And so, blah blah blah. Very disappointing. Okay, so let's go through a bit of under the news before I talk on. So, for instance, KDB, he's been linked with Inter Miami. Kevin, what's it called? What's his name? Oh God, Beckham, can't stand the bloke apart from that free kick for England against Greece. For instance, so he's been linked with Inter Miami. Shame he's not going to New York City or something like that. That'd be wonderful to keep it in the family. But no, so he's been linked with Inter Miami. I'm sure a few more people are going to come up with links for him. So, but I think that could work for him. People keep saying Saudi Arabia. He's not going to Saudi Arabia. Sorry, he's just not. Right, the kits have come out. The third kit have come out, or the next kit. So a couple of designs. So I'm using a phone at the moment, etc. I will be using a computer soon, and so I'll have webcams so that I can bring up things like you do see on other people's channels. But there is a couple of kits of views. And I don't know if you've seen them before. The home kit for next season, which I expect, and I like it. The kit for next season. So let me just show you. Go away. Go away. So I don't know if you've seen the black and white kit. So for next season, I think that looks quite snazzy. I'm a collar person. I do like collars, as you probably see. But I think that's not too bad. And that's the home kit for next season, and that looks amazing. What you doing, you stupid phone? So there you go. That looks absolutely superb, brilliant. I love the stripe. Just so stylish. You got look at kits like that, and you think, ooh, we could win the league with that kit. Just like the Colin Bale kit, for instance, my man Colin. So, that'd be good. We have that. Liam Delap is in the news because he'll probably with Ipswich going down. Whether City will react. We got a buyback clause on Liam Delap. Can't see us reactivating it. I don't see it. We got a 20% sell on target for him as well, and he's the top target for the Rags. That's where your career goes to die. And what happened? But that he'll be the top target for the Rags. So I don't know. I think, for instance, but the thing he does, he'll bench and he'll be on the play. So he'll be great as a backup, but he'll be on the bench. So I want to see him play. So, but when he's going to get games? So going to the Rags, I want to see him lose his. I'd rather see him anywhere going anywhere in the Rags. It's not because of the Rags. It's the fact that it's the way you create a die. How many players actually gone to and succeeded apart from Bruno. Other than that, for instance, you've got nobody. Very little. In this way. Hugo Varna, for instance, is looking for at City right now. He's good, and he's helped Tiki, which is a must after watching that game against on Sunday. Can be, for instance, a lot of work to do. The Rags, for instance, Classless Rags. You ask about they are the first persons to moan and groan at the tragedy county Munich. I'm surprised anybody mentioned it. Like that. I'm surprised because it'll be all over TalkSport, and Sky will be all over Man City if that happened. But no. In the meantime, actually, I said, these Classless 115 scarves print up. Phil Foden, I know nothing about it, truth. And I don't know what's going on with Phil Foden's private life, that whether it's affecting him, his parents, so I don't know. To call him a guy, and it's just what's it when he come off the game after Phil Foden, but he was like that, and really being kind to United fans, like and which is classed by press. But it appears that a 20-year-old fan hit Jack Grealish, slapped Jack Grealish, coming off as well, which is disgusting. He's been charged, and again, so if they, so for instance, so you've got your Classless United fans, bitter, the what, United fan, point, can't stand this. No. So, but that's it. So don't know what's happening today. We've got the Real Madrid game against Arsenal. Blah blah blah, and we'll see again. For instance, further analysis, further check out what's going on about the from the etc. About what's about the game. Again, for instance, I just feel that it's we can easily say that, for instance, the Kovacic and Gundogan were to blame, and I don't think it was. I think, for instance, it was the setup of what Pep brought in. He shouldn't have done so. Gundogan played against Leicester. Why the hell is he playing against this? Also, I think did he play against Bournemouth as well? So why is he playing so many gang games when he was supposed to be coming in to give and coming as a help for Rodri or help? Why and to expect so many games and again when you got Nico O'Reilly, it's Nico Gonzalez. What the hell's going on there? Is there an issue? Was he fit? There's a big question mark here. Why was he dropped for 2 games? We 100% expected him to play, and also, for instance, why the hell didn't he play when you clearly saw it's not working, Pep? Why did you not change it? Bring on Savino, bring on Doku, change it, and you didn't. And I'm sorry, you got an L on this one for me. I love you very much. So I'm always. I hope you stay for the next 20 years. Man City, you're doing absolutely amazing. But for instance, again, we cannot afford drop points. Palace now is a 6-pointer. It really is. We've got to beat Palace. Got to. We can't drop points at home to Palace. No chance. They're on decent form. They're decent away. So, for instance, so it's going to be a tough game, but we've got to win. So that's a massive game. And even though I saw the players training back on the pitch, I want to see City absolutely go for Palace. Because if we drop points against Palace, I'll be worried myself again getting the Champions League spots. Got to get to the Champions League spots. If not, we've got to win the Club World Cup. Simple as that. Because we need the cash. And so anyway, so I'm gonna get going. So True Blues are from Thailand. Let me know, subscribe. Let me know, what you're thinking about things. I'm probably going to do just a heads up. I'm doing a video of running in Thailand. I don't know if any person's a jogger out there, for instance, and especially if you're going to come to Thailand. Road running, not running. And I'm not teaching anybody to suck eggs or anything like that. I'm just asking people. For instance, I'm just giving my guide what's called to running in road running in Thailand and the pitfalls, because there's a lot. Because again, for instance, Thailand is not a place designed for walking or running, etc. For instance, parks, perfect, blah blah blah, but you've got to get to parks. But the main roads in Thailand, or the sidewalks, the pavements, as you want to call them, they are treacherous, and you've got to keep your eyes open. And with the motorbikes and people driving on the wrong side of the road, it's really anyway. So that's something for the future. So, True Blue Thai from Thailand. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hopefully, get some more information on. Take care.